All right, what are we at? 35? Okay, good. All right, so one more clearing of the. Fuck, I gotta clear my throat. Hang on. All right, let's see. All right, so I got disclaimer. Everybody's been disclaimed. All right, hi guys. All right, so a different angle now. Should I have this new monitor? It's a beast. It's pretty sweet. It's one of those giant curved 49 inches. Pretty cool, but it makes it's so wide. I have to put the mic in different. Everything is a little bit different now. So I'm trying to adjust to that. I'll get myself off here. I just wanted to say hi and I don't know, for what it's worth, right? So here I am. Okay, what have I got first up? I've got. You guys don't have it off yet. I guess so. That's a sign of the lag. Yeah. Really? Still not? That's a pretty good lag we got going. I see it on the restream thing that I use. You're not there yet. Come on, restream. I don't want to start here until I know for sure. Now, why is the disclaimer not coming off? There we go. God, that's a lag. Wow, that was at least 30-second lag. All right, well, okay. It's just, I don't know that that's a problem. It's just, I'm surprised it took that long. Oh, so that's kind of weird. I'm watching myself 30 seconds ago. All right, so let me get, all right, so anyway, right, hi guys. Now let me, what have I got first up here? I've got, CN Salazar with Halliburton. Okay, let me get my mug off of here so we can focus on the chart. And that ought to do it. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so here, CN Salazar, you gave me a 15-minute. Wow, what are you trading here, CN? You trading options on this? On a Halliburton? How come you're in chair? You know what? It's funny that you say that, that I'm in a chair. After my back surgery, I have not been able to sit for 2 years. So I had the back surgery in February, 2 years ago. Have not been able to sit. And I work, 10, 12-hour days. John Howard, your volume decreases as you turn. Yeah, I know. And this is an omnidirectional mic. I'm working on the setup here. But see, now it's right in front of my mouth, which you guys should hear me. Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, so Wonka, 2 years I haven't been able to sit, and just the other day, because of this new monitor, it was too much to be standing, so I tried to sit, and I'll be damned. And that's exactly what the doctors told me. They said, we cutting through those nerves in your back, that's going to be a long time to heal, and it was exactly 2 years. And I kept thinking, oh, come on, man, 2 years? But I'll be damned. 2 years, almost to the day that I had that surgery. Now I can sit again. If it's not, I haven't not sat for 2 years, and that's trading every day. Crazy. All right, that's just a little tidbit. Doesn't have much to do with Halliburton here. So, okay, so now that I think you guys are caught up here, never seen you. Isn't that funny, right? You never seen me sitting because I couldn't. Okay, so I've got CN Salazar is giving me when's earnings? Right? Is this an earnings play? I don't have earnings here. Shit, I don't see it here. CN is this is pretty aggressive, but you can see what he's doing. Right? So here, it's shocking TA. Pump golden zone. Pump golden zone. I mean, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat in the market, right? There's a lot of ways to approach technical analysis, but come on, man, you got to use this. Like, there are people that they go out of their way not to, or some of them used to work for me, right? So this is like, how can you not, right? Here's back to back. Why would you not use that? I've said before, I've probably shown it 50,000 times in 5 years. There's back to back on a 15-minute. I'm sure we'd find 20 more in here if we went looking for them. Well, CN is playing this aggressively. My guess is he's likely trading this in options, right? Maybe some short-term options. Nice confirm, right? So as you look at this, if this was going to fall apart, right, you'd expect, to push down here and break and maybe go for some of this liquidity down here because that's obvious liquidity. But the fact that we retrace and then the algos are in control here, right? This is not that's just software, right? We know that, right? So boom, boom, right, back to back, right? That's what they do, right? So let's get that off of there. up some pretty good targets here. Now, for me, if I'm looking at that, well, a couple of things I would be mindful of right off the bat, right? This volatility here. So interesting, we've come back to that, right? So if I were to draw, should I probably do it here? This thing, we're not in log scale. This thing's kind of cool, where you can just pick the low, and it'll. Oh, that's not the one I want. Is it? Auto, or is it? That's it. Anchored volume profile. Kind of cool, right? It'll just draw right from the low you pick. So now I like to have it over on the right, right? So I can see this. Okay, where's the POC? Right where we're sitting, right where we are, right? Here's the POC. Oh, pardon me. POC is up here, right? So this is for some reason must be. CN Salazar likes his price line red. Mine's always yellow, so I don't miss it. But so that's I was thinking this is the POC, but that's a high volume node. We can certainly see that. We can understand why this would be resistance here, right? All of this volume. So what's the trade here? My guess is he's long. Well, if I were trading this, I'd probably do it in a vertical put spread, or call spread. Since it's a 15-minute, and if you're trading short-term options, right, the clock is your enemy, right? So it has to happen relatively quickly. Even 4 or 5 days on a weekly, we got to get through this, right? Then we got to go up here, and you got to hope that you don't get swept here, and that you get that retrace in time, right, for your options to decay. It's such a popular way to approach it. Now I don't know if CN is approaching it that way. At 35 bucks, right? You could park some money there, but you just don't get the leverage. That's always the trade-off, particularly with more expensive options, right? It's just too much money to park there, right? You don't get the same leverage. So do it with options and maybe some short-term stuff. CN, are you on? Oh, you are on. I'm thinking you're likely doing this in options. Okay. Well, so we've got. Let's back up a little bit. Let me go to a 60 here and see how we look in the broad theme here, since he's giving me short term. Boy, that's funny. There's just a chart I was looking at here that had this same issue here of 3 drives into a triangle. Well, that's not going to help us on the Elliott. Well, let's see. Maybe we can get it done here. We might be able to do. Oh, fuck, we can't do that. I was thinking triangle. Let's measure it. We're not in this. Let's take a look here. Right, I'm just thinking if I had to trade this. Okay, well we can see if this is going to be 1, 2, and we're trying to get some sort of a diag in here. I don't think we can do it. Well, let's check. So this you might be able to do 3, 4, 5 if 5 is longer. It may not be. God damn it! Come here. All right, can we get that? Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, that doesn't work great because we can't go 1, 2. So we. What are you thinking, CN? I have to back this out a little bit. Oh, here's your play. Looks like you're just going into your long now. Okay, so, well, here's things that we can spot right off the bat, right? So, okay, so we know this was likely liquidity. All right, now the market likes to go from, you can look at this way here on a 60. Oh, let me get here. Let's use this one here. So the market, if this is our range here, if this is our range, the market likes to go to grab the external liquidity, right? That's what we get now. It likes to rotate. The algorithms will rotate, right? They like external to come find internal, right? They found the internal right here. Now, could they go external? Right, it's a big push to get external here. Certainly, this is a reasonable target, as you can see that he's got this teed up here. So he's going for this push right here, and that's what are you going after there? That's 6 to 1. That's pretty good odds. Pretty good return for pretty mild amount of. I mean, risk is risk, but that's not unreasonable. This, goddamn, that's. You kind of want to go 3 into a flat. This, goddamn. Boy, that's a cluster F, isn't it? That's a toughie there. Well, okay. What can we identify here? So if the Elliott is not there, which it's not here, and it's not. Well, said differently, it hasn't shaped itself enough to where we can make any reasonable analysis for it, right? So do I have? If you look here, do I have an impulse here? No. Do I have a diag? No. I don't have either, right? I can't go 1, 2, right? Triangle. If it's corrective, right, it's got another leg on it, so that's a little bit of a cluster up in there. Oh, I hate getting stuck right on the first one here, but we might have to give this a pause. 3, 3. Do we need this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of need that. Well, with that, right, you got to work a diag here. Shit. Okay. All right. I don't want to lose you all here, but God damn it. That's a 3, 2. So let's see if I can get that done there. Now, can I get this up here? Now let's back this up, see if I can make that work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like what you got to do there. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's too good to not call that. Right? That's clean Elliott. Oh, shit, come back here. Right, that's some clean Elliott. Three into the correction, so that looks like a 3, 3, 5, but I don't get a clean impulse here. Oh, fuck. See, now, I mean, so Elliott is, a huge part of what we do, but if it's not there, it's better not to try and force it. What can I see here objectively? Just as we looked up here, right? So clearly that's liquidity, right? So this is a push for the liquidity here. So if we look at that range, right, this is a sweep coming back here to sweep here. So we've swept the low, swept the highs. Now the retrace. So that's not uncommon that you would see the algos do this, right? So they'll sweep the highs here, right? This high is being swept here. This low has been swept. So it's boom, boom, back down here. Now that's the potential play that's there. So Elliott is elusive. Where are you pulling from here? Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? You might, even if you do it here as the 5, you still got, you're a little sloppy down here. Boy, that's just a cluster F here, but it's the geometry's solid, right? You've got this clear, whatever, right? Let's just call it, it's not an impulse. Oh, what are we going to call that? See, and you didn't help me here. You can't, oh, shit. That off. I shall have to wait. Can't say I love this one. Let's pull back out here. Yeah, the risk is small enough here. You're buying right here on the edge of value at a golden zone here. The Elliott is questionable. I don't know what you got here. But sometimes I think you can if it's not there, don't try and do gymnastics to get a counterfeit, right? You just move on, right? Okay, whatever. Maybe something will come to where this will be. Oh, okay. Now in this context, I can get it here. But I think sometimes, right, if you're Elliott minded when you're approaching the market, you can find yourself overanalyzing. If it's not there, it's not there. All right. So something will probably shape up here. This is just goddamn. That's ugly. Let's go all the way out to a daily here before we abandon it. For just, I'm going to get that volume off of there. All right, how technical are we, right? So this is what I would do, right? Okay, how do we look here? Are we technical, right? So 50, okay, we don't get up here. We've got, as I just showed you, right? So here's just liquidity, right? All up here. So external coming internal. If we're going to go external, where's that likely to go, right? External, right? We look for either here. This would be the internal, this measured move target right here, and then I've got the bigger one up here. Oh, Jesus. Let's just take a look here. And then I just like to check, like, how is it trading? How technical are we here? That's pretty good, right? This looks like that's wick only. That is wick only. Back for a second, right? It looks like there's a fair value gap over here. So we've got this, right? Likely explains it. So there's your fair value gap here, right? The imbalance, right? Which would leave an order block up here. So, okay, this is all, I can understand this. Okay, why? Why do we stop here? Oh, we're going down? Okay, so if we're coming all the way back, what are we coming back to? Right, so, oh, I'd do this too. Just to check it, right? Okay, well, you know right there. So this is something I picked up from another educator, which I like here. So instead of doing 68 or 70 for the volume profile, you cut that in half and do 35. And it just makes it a little more precise. So there's not much question about the fact that this is, right, where all the price, this is from the down move. As we come back to it, well, there we are right in the, look where we pivot. It's going to be two, all right, that's good. Let's just leave that alone. Technical, right? So 3 drives up here. That ain't pretty. Well, they got, when's their earnings? They must have already they just had it then. Surprise to the downside, right? So that must be part of it. You got a ways to go to the next one. You got a dividend. Now, of course, anything that's energy related, when you have potential macro geopolitical events, which we do obviously, right? I think everybody knows that, right? So this is, you're always, as I've told the story before, biggest loss of my entire trading career was a spread where I was just forced out because of the margin requirement. On the first Gulf War, I was short way out of the money accrued spread, but even with a spread, they bumped the margin like 25,000, right? So I had to close it. So you got to be mindful of that here. If you're trading this with options, I would not have any exposure to anything short when we have geopolitical tension, which do we ever not have it? So here getting long, I'd probably work some sort of a spread, but I'd have no open. If anything, I'd sell up an out of the money put spread to pay for the call spread, but even that may be a little more aggressive. Here's the thing with options. If it breaks this low here, you have to get out. And it's the problem with options, right? I was an option broker for 10 years. I saw thousands of people do this. The problem with options is that you don't have to get out, right? Most people won't put a stop on an option because of the potential slippage. So what do they do, right? This is just human nature. It'll go down here and you'll go, oh, okay, we'll give it a little more room. Oh, okay, let's give it a little more room, right? Maybe it's the lower one. Oh, okay, maybe it's the low that it's pulling off of, right? And you talk yourself into this, and meanwhile, right, what was a reasonable amount of risk has become this. I saw that hundreds of times. People, well, okay, options have a little time left. Now that's before there were weeklies, right? I was doing, my brokerage days were in the 90s, right? There were no weeklies. We only had the monthlies. So, I mean, do you see, right? Can you see yourself doing that? Right? It's so common. It has nothing to do with the TA. It's just not wanting to be proven wrong. They don't want to be wrong, right? And it's just, again, it's just human nature, right? I mean, half the reason we're in the fucking mess we're in this country is because people don't want to admit that, not to bring politics in, but as Mark Twain once said, it's much easier to con a man than it is to convince him that he's been conned. Well, nobody wants to admit they've been conned, right? So they dig in deeper. CN, this is not something that I would really chase here. There's just too much. You could really look at this thing and say, well, what are we not just in a big consolidation box here? Even at this degree, maybe sell the highs, buy the lows. It's not. I'm very picky about what I trade because I can't, because of my time commitment. And again, this is unique to me, but because of multiple businesses, multiple discords, the TDU and TDI and all, I don't have time to manage something like that. So I've got to be very picky about what I take, because I can't be in, out, adjust, right? It's got to be something that I want for 3 weeks. I don't see that. I don't love that one. That's probably enough on that one, CN. I think that's, if you're in it, stay with it, right? Just do not move your stop. Just if you're in options and it breaks that golden zone, just get out. Right? You can always go back in if you like. Okay, enough on that one, CN. I'm sorry I can't give you more into that, but if I don't like it, I'm just going to tell you I think there's probably better opportunity. If you're in it, fingers crossed for you. Okay. Oh, I got James M is giving us some ETH here. So let me get his copy link. Let's see what I got here. All right, so I got the mic right on my mouth here. So CN, sorry man, I love to give you better. Oh shit, I got Halliburton again. Wait a second now. They just do that. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Copy link. Bear with me, guys. I get it. Is that it? There it is. Okay, so ETH top right. Probably an unpopular count. Well, that must be bearish. Oh wait, I got to copy this. Top right. Okay, let's see what James M is thinking. Top right. Oh, you giving me a 15-minute. So short-term stuff. Interesting today. So here's his little tag here. You know, several of guys on my team really love using the speed fans here with golden zone here. I mean, there's a good example of why. It's not one I use. I mean, to each his own. Right? I'm not saying don't use it. It's not one I've spent a lot of time back testing. I have the X here. Okay, so let's get straight on what he's doing here. Wow, this is nice. He's giving commentary. 1 WXY into a 2, that flies, right? Triangle into the B. That's good work there. Right? This is this is the average the new Elliottician would never get that, right? It's just you have to see it too many times to look for those triangles. So WXY into a 2. Oh shit, man. How are you getting there? You're going A, B. Oh, I see. You're giving me 2. Are you giving me 2 counts? How am I getting there? Where's my 1? Oh, where's my 1? Is that? Holy shit, where is that? Well, when in doubt, let's get this on here so I can see where the heck that's going. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there they are. Okay, I don't like that on. All right, let me get going. She's a slow start today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still undecided. Oh, this is why. This is me, right? This is because I lose them, right? This is why I changed alternate colors. So I go, okay, 1, 1, 2. All right, all of this very bearish. Well, he's right. That wouldn't be popular. Crypto media, right, is now starting to get excited about an ETH spot ETF. I don't know if it's around the corner, but it seems to be coming. But this is a 15-minute chart. So, could we come down here for opportunity to be a buyer? Well, this is very short-term trading. God damn, that's a lot of shit on there. Okay, so we got this one. So let's take some of this off here and just kind of get a better look at it. Are we in log? Are we? No, we're not in log, right? So, I use this a lot. I like that. I like to see 2 standard deviations, right? If I've got a median line, how are we doing, right? You'll be surprised how consistently it'll stay within that range. So what are we doing here? Is this liquidity? Looks like maybe an order block up here. So this probably catch it right there. A little wick through. Although that gets mitigated. You might have to push that up to this one. The head that didn't get touched, right? You can see it, right? It just barely put a toe in before the rip down. So that looks fairly good. And then I'd check that. I know he had this on here. I'm just going to do it since I can follow my colors a little bit better. So there's, all right, so we see the algo, right, in play, right? So we can see it right there, right, which is in line with what he was suggesting, that all of this is a precursor to coming lower to areas in the low 2s. So now you see it a little bit better. Okay, so Jesus, I lose this one. I don't like that color. Sorry. Okay, 1, 2, looking for 3 down here. On the way to get to 3, we got to have a 1, 2. Right, so Jesus. Let's see how I look pulling from here. If this is the 2 here, that's going to put me past likely. Yeah, it gets a little sloppy here. So that's his comment here of the 707. So if I go platinum here, or no, hang on. Oh shit, where are you? 707, right? So okay, so there's 707 to 786, right? So that's his comment here about 707, right? As he notes. Looks like 3 down. If that's the 2, 1, 2. All right. Well, the anticipation would be the expected order flow would be we're going sub 2. Pardon me, wrong one. If that's going to get a 1618, right? That's where we would be heading. So what else do you have in here, James? I'm going to see what your longer term counts are. That's the daily. This is so those are all long term. Okay, so let me come back here. Oh, let's go up just slowly to see if we get any more perspective here. Now this is, I have an X here for now. However, this could move up, could be just the first leg of a sideways double. God, it's just a clusterfuck of the highest order, right? The ETH usually does not trade this squirrely. Yeah, work in progress. I have not been doing any swing trading in here. I'm just holding my longs because it's just an absolute mess of, pretty much every Elliottician is giving you their best guess here. Okay, well, let's, this is interesting, right? So the intersection here is he's noting the golden zone of the speed fan at the 707. But now if we're coming back to retest that, right, that's a short, right? So here's, well, okay, let's dig in there now. Okay, so here's, this likely needs to get rebalanced, right? So there's no opportunity for anybody to be a buyer here until we get a little squirt here. So often the algos will want to rebalance this because we have all of this imbalance here, right? So we've got fair value. Oh shit! Here, if I got to put an indicator on there, that'll do these for you, right? So there, fair value gap. That's the last one we have, right? So we've got imbalances up here that the market will want to try and come back towards. This shit, sorry. This sure looks like fuck. That's better. Some sort of a 3. Hang on. Some sort of a 3. And it looks like that might be might be a little far, right? Eyeballing it. Nope, right into the golden zone. Okay, so we should, I should doubt that. I shouldn't doubt it. So not 618. Just past it, right? Golden zone. And now we're getting a reaction. So if this is 3, that looks like 3. It's not an impulse. So it looks corrective. So if gun to my head, someone said, well, what would you do here? I'd probably give that a little bit extra room down there with targets way down below, right? It's not unreasonable to have targets down here. If the idea per the count that he's proposing, that if this has got more to go down here, I mean, you could first pivot 1 target, second target, third target. If you wanted to go for it, you're going for 4 down here on the idea that would come down here and grab some of that liquidity, internal to external. Right, that's what the algos like to do. Tradable right now. I don't like to short ETH or Bitcoin, right? As I've said many times, I just don't have the time to manage it, so I don't do it. But if you do have time to watch that and well, by all means keep a stop on it. That's the kind of trade that I probably would put leverage on, right? Just because the stop is close enough, you have to pick what you like here. Now, let's get in there. You see how this gets rebalanced here? This is the rebalance. This is imbalance, rebalance, right? It's price delivery being re-delivered here to balance this out, right? So we get all of this here. It just does this over and over, right? Once you train your eye to start seeing this, and I think you guys know I've been working on a course that's a hybrid Elliott Wave and SMC, so it's very much on the tip of my tongue, right? So this gets mitigated here, at least partially. So all of this imbalance down here, right? Mark doesn't like to leave that. So if we're coming back down, what are we coming back down to do, right? To fill in this imbalance. So if that's me, James, I think you got a good one right there, right? Very low risk. What do we got there? 7 to 1. If you add maybe modest amount of leverage there. First target, just shy of 4 to 1. Second target, 5 plus 7.5. Nice, right? And just the kind of reaction you get that you want. Now, ideally, you want to see it come. But here's the last curve. I guess you're at a 30-minute. Here. Oh, God damn it! Come here. Here's the last imbalance, right? So coming down towards this, right, is what you might anticipate. The algo is going to want to do. Come back down here and rebalance that. Now, if you get to here, this is a 30-minute. If it got to here, I'd tighten. Right? If it gets to this fair value gap, right, because the market is prone to, it may pop there, I'd tighten. I would not necessarily break even. That's just me. I would come to the other side of the 65. I'd probably start, as he's suggesting, right, on the other side of this larger golden zone or the 707. If this comes down to here, then I'm going to reduce some risk because I don't know what kind of reaction I'm going to get there. Yeah, looks like that may be too much here. So this is, yeah, that's about all I can say right there, right? Thanks for that one, James. For someone, right, who's, on the charts all day, not a bad spot, right? So why do I like that? Look at where's the right risk is so modest. Now, here's the thing, right? This is why people go, I can't put my stop that close, man. I'm just going to get stopped out. Well, if you get stopped out, you got to reevaluate, right? If we come down and you get stopped out, okay, do you still like it as much? Is there an order block up here? Yeah, there is, right? Order block followed by imbalance, right? So maybe it's going to pull up higher. Now, this has already been tapped, right? That was a POI. So could you go again, right? Would you go again if you get stopped out, right? That's what you got to ask yourself. Or is this one and done? If it goes up, fuck it, I'm out. Next trade, right? Like buses, always another one. All right, I think ETH is kind of a cluster F, right? That's why I didn't do it last Friday. It's anyone's guess what's going on in there. Solana, not the case, right? This one is even someone who just cracked Elliott Wave for Dummies. This is about as good as they get. So what do you got here, Solana? Top left, giving me a 4 hour. Oh wait, I gotta make a copy here. You on Binance? Why are you on Binance? I think Binance US is. Maybe they can trade it where he is. I can't. I know there's certain states where you can't trade it now. Okay, shit. Here, let's pull back out. Right. So this is some really good. Oh man, the channel. That's Channel Master 1 2 1 2 3. Right, so I've done this one a couple of times on Friday vids because it's such clean Elliott, right? It's like just what you hope for. 1 2 1 2, a pretty good extension there. 3 4, there's the 5, some sort of take that up myself. Right, let's go. 3 4 5. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. 3 4 5. Oh shit! Now it's getting tricky up there. Okay, so what do we got here? One thing about James, he loves the puzzle. W X Y W. See, it's just me. I have to change these colors or I get lost. W. Oh fuck! How are we getting there? A B C. So I got W X. Now he's looking for 3 down to finish that correction. Now, where would we fall, right? So then you look at it, pull back and go, oh, okay, does that make sense, right? If this is the 2, I'm sure he's got it on here. Well, he uses the geometry channeling. So if we're going for a wave 4, I'm surprised. Oh, he must have this in here somewhere. Oh, what do I hear? I got a note. That must be his exit or something like that. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Boy, this is just very bullish. It's, again, man, I got to change those colors. Right? So 1 2 1 2 3 4. So he's looking to get long. Well, where are we here? For any of you, right at this intersection here of the 2 channels, right? Which is, you know, to people that lean on channels as he does, right? Because they work for him, right? He doesn't do it just because he likes it. He does it because it's effective, right? So if you're looking for that intersection here into the 3, 4, 5, well, that's a great looking setup. It's kind of hard to see, I know. It's always easier when it's your own chart, but at this intersection, we'd be at 1,272. Here's the 38, so you're in the pocket, right? It's, again, you're just playing odds, right? Here we are between 23.6 and 38, most common location for a fourth, coming into some, you know, a difficult Elliott count, but you know, I mean, you could simplify it. What are we doing, right? All of this, right, is just a, you know, a complex way to get to a 3. That's all. That's all he's doing here. Obviously, an impulse. Here's the correction. It's complex, but at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is get a 3. Is there a 3 shaping there? Well, certainly not an impulse. What's the other thing we can say? Whatever it is, it's not progressing the trend, right? Which is how I always look. If I'm looking for the 4, right, like right here, the trend has stalled, right? And we're consolidating right now. Are we going to have a 5th or not, right? So it's just an easy way to always look for, where's the 4? Okay, where do we stop progressing the trend, right? Where do we consolidate? Now, not every 4 is going to look like that. You know, we have some 4s that do this, right? In fact, he's implying it here, that we'd get a 1,272 in the C off of the complex stuff that we've got in there. But it's a good way to just, at a quick glance, okay, there's the 4. Oh, so I can work back. I can work backwards. Just kind of a shorthand way to look for it, much like looking at a retracement and then going, oh, well, the negative 100 is going to be right near the 1,618. That's tricky. Now, so then the question here, you know, the trader has to ask himself, okay, am I comfortable selling that? Well, what's the risk reward, right? Then the next question is, okay, well, how much am I comfortable risking? Well, if you wanted to use the pivot, right? Because if they start to go for it, likely, right? Because there's going to be liquidity there. I don't know that I would give it that much. If we push here, it would be, you've got liquidity. Do you see each of these pivots here, a potential for the algo to go up and grab it and kind of fake out bulls, right? Who just are dying to buy it. Hang on. There's the, you know, not that I'm going to mention breakout traders, but right, this would be juicy, right? This is all just sitting here right now. Some of it's just got swept, right? Swept. I still got 2 here, right? Did they go get it? Well, if I'm going to short that, I'm going to be prepared to know that could happen. Now, I've already had a little reaction there. As you see here, a little bit of reaction. That looks like that could be going into a 4, though. Let's go down to a. If it's the C of the X, right? This looks like that's a, well, shit, there you go. You got if I go down to a 15, you got an impulse there, right? You got a good 1 or an A, right? Whatever it's going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So there it is, right? The Elliott can be elusive, and then it's like smoke, right? All of a sudden, it's like, oh, I see it now. Now I can see it, right? There's a damn it. Excuse me. There's a clean 5 coming down. Okay, so now it gives me something to anchor on. All right, well, if that's a clean 5, what? Okay, right? We all know what to anticipate, right? It's not that it will happen. We can anticipate the retrace, right? And to expect it in a series of 3s. Right? That's just welcome to trading. Not because these are magic formulas, because that's how people react, right? This is the human emotion. Fear. Oh, a little greed. Fear, greed. That's all it ever is. That's all it ever has been, right? People get so caught up into those, that's bullshit, right? It's not, well, okay. If your emotional reaction to money is bullshit, then okay, it's bullshit. You can see this is liquidity has been taken here now, right? They got that. Now this would suggest that this is complete, right? So we're going up, we're grabbing internal liquidity, right? So if it's there, do we go external now, right? Do they take this here and come? Where's the next liquidity stop? Right there. All right, we'd sweep this. Maybe you get that. So where are you then? A, B, or is that 1, 2, or we're going to go 3? Well, then you got to pull out and say, would that make sense? Well, shit, if that's an X, and I'm going to, what am I looking for here? A. Well, is that likely to be, oh, shit. Let's get that off of there. Is this likely to be the A right there? Or maybe the 1 of the A? Make more sense, right? It would be the 1 of the A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got 5, right? We got an A, right? So what would it be doing? Sweeping the liquidity here. A, sorry breakout traders. B, oh, sorry bulls. C. Nice setup. So if it's me, I'd look for the 2 entry points I'd be looking for is the one he's outlined here, and then this one. Now let's see what we get here, right? If there's a fair value gap or a order block or something, we can trade off maybe a breaker, something along those lines. We can trade off of that with that as that target, and then we're right at the edge of the channels, which is where he was targeting the whole time. There's his 1272 right per the length of the WXY. So see, that's what one of the advantages of having an Elliott mindset, right? It shouldn't be all you're looking at, but you got to consider, like, okay, would that roadmap make sense considering where I am, right? Because all we're really after is the 4. That's what we're after. Give me the 4 so I can take the 5 because I've got this ripping impulse that came off the low. So, okay, well, you could just say, well, fuck it, I'm just buying it. And just go through all of this drawdown here and say, okay, well, I'll add a little bit more, but that's just lazy trading. Some people, right, if they're not into the puzzle solve and they don't have the time to manage it, well, have at it, right? If you want to be a little more precise, which is, I think, the reason people come to us, looking for, I want precision. I don't want to just, throw something in there and cross my fingers. Coming back down to the prior 3, 4, right? Commonly down, well, actually down 2 degrees. Very common location, right? So this is hurry up and wait till it gets here. And again, unless you can manage this throughout the course of the day to trade some shorts. Good one, James. Thanks for that one. Okay, so I got 3 reposted buds from Wonka, and then I got Chris26. Oh, he's back with Riot. This must be one he really likes. Thanks for those, James. Okay, so let's get out of here. Okay, I got to make a copy. All right, Riot. I think we looked at this recently because I remember I liked the setup. Okay, so there's a daily. Okay, so, all right, I got to figure out what these guys are thinking. Okay, that looks pretty good. So, A, B, C. Do I get a gold in there? Maybe not. I might. I'm not sure. Oh, jeez. I think that's why I liked it, because we had that gold in there. Okay, so so here's the golden corner pocket, right? So, meaning, right, you're not optimistic enough here, right? Oh, these locked, they might be. You locked those? Yeah, you did. Remember, who gave me this? Chris26. All right, so if this holds, now you might draw another one here, but again, I've seen these take years. 80% we get there, right? As long as this low holds. Right? That's the premise, right? As long as this low holds, that's 80% odds. I'll take those odds every day. Now, you have the potential for a second one, because this might take, you give me a daily. This could take, well, I'm in 2025 here before we get there, right? If this is going to track as you're laying it, it could be longer, right? That must be a line. What is that? Just a red line you drew. Okay, right, so it could easily get there, easily. In fact, the assumption would be it's just a matter of when, unless we break this low. Now, you could draw another one right here, which seems to be he's suggesting that we could do it. I mean, let me get this one out of here. Okay, so we got this. So there's the 50. So here's the next golden zone. So these are, what is that? Is that just a series of lines? What are you doing there? It looks like that's where he wants to get long. So 1, A, B, C. Oh, they're locked. Okay, so let me move these just to get them off for a second. It must be something he's doing. It must be that's kind of a liquidity zone or his entrance. Oh, I'll bet what that is how he's going to average into it. Start, here. So looking at that, you could see, okay, where would be a good place, right? It's the obvious, right? So right here. Right? Can we get some liquidity tap there? Right now, okay, let's look at it this way. Right now, in this, well, let's do it this way. In this range, right? If this is the low and this is the high, well, here's the, are we in? Yeah, we are in. Let's flex this up a little bit. Can't use that because of the distortion of. Here, let's just do it this way. Logarithmic. It's kind of a pain, actually, but you're stuck with it when they move this far, right? So here's the range that we have, all right? So right now, we're just internal to this range. Buy the low, sell the high, right? So what you might anticipate here, again, you watch the algos enough, right? What you might anticipate that they would at this point, its path of least resistance looks like it's down, right? So sweep the lows, sweep the highs, right? So you would anticipate that this gets swept on both sides. So internal liquidity going to external liquidity. That's what I would see here. So if this is, Jesus, what do we got here? A, B, C. Okay, well that makes perfect sense, right? I think that's what he's lined up here, right? This is averaging in. Okay, I got a 1. I'm going to just brighten that up a little bit. Here, let's go to green. Okay, so 1 A, B, C. Where would you anticipate that? All right. So as he's noted here, so all he's doing is saying is this, right? Okay, if I can be a buyer in here, and I think that's what he had set up. If I can be a buyer in here, I'm going to average down right to the golden zone. Buy, 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 right? A third with a stop, you know. Well, here's an order block down here. Oh, you could probably use the whole damn thing, right? Just to, right underneath. Did you get displacement there? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you got some kick there coming out of that. Okay, so in here, boy, I like that a lot. And what would that give you? Right? So let's hide this one just for a second. That would give you another golden corner one if we get that, right? Coming in here for the C, right? Now, this doesn't mean necessarily sit here with a limit order, but if you get the reaction that you're looking for, yeah, maybe stop under this OB here. Shit, I'm going to trade that. That's an inexpensive. You could probably just buy the underlying here. It's a relatively inexpensive stock. It's less leverage, but you don't have to worry about the time decay. That's a nice setup there. Chris 26. I think we looked at this last week, right? So double goldens. So now if you bring the other golden back, you got this. There we go. We bring that back. Golden corner, and let's go here. Let's go to a 3-day. And you see some of the potential there. So we know, come here, we've got 80% that we get here, right? So if this is 1, 2, now doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stop here. It's just that it gets there. It may just blow right through and go to the outer parallel, right? Right? Well, let's measure it. If we do it, do you have it on there? If that's the 1, right? Always measure. All right, where's a good target for that? Well, seems like a reasonable place to start would be the highest probability location. That would be the 3. 5 still up here to go. So you're mapping out, right? Funny, right? People forget that Elliott is the OG of structure mapping, not ICT. Much as ICT has contributed hugely to the markets, to technical analysis, Elliott Wave is the OG of market structure of structure mapping, right? Every time you're doing a count, you're structure mapping. 1, 2, right? This is the that's easy to get here, right? You can get here quickly. You're like, oh, am I done now? Well, okay. Well, what's right here, right? Prior highs, right? So you have to be mindful of that. It doesn't mean that it can't do that, but you know, I might take a partial, right? If I come out of here right now, I don't have this, we're not here. But if I get to the median line, add a prior pivot, I know that it's vulnerable to getting, right? You're vulnerable to it. So tighten up a little bit. You always want to, if you've got something that's that far ahead, you want to be sure to put something in your pocket. Don't give it all back. Easy to do, right? Because everybody's swinging. You know, it's very easy to think, oh, I know. Look at all the potential where that could go. But you might get to. Oh, shit. might get to the median line, and that creates the next kickback, right? So remember this, right? This would be a break of structure, right? What do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace, right? If I got another break of structure, what am I anticipating? Retrace, right? It's the cornerstone of SMC, certainly. You have to get that. Well, whether you were applying SMC is really about what's happening in between the pivots, right? The structure mapping and the idea of a break of structure followed by a retrace, well, that's not exclusive to SMC. That's market structure. I mean, Al Brooks has been teaching that for a lot of years. ABC into the corner here. That's the heads up, right? So anybody who trades traditionals, that's juicy. With double goldens, yeah, I'm going to, when I get off here, I'm going to take that trade. Dr. Alban, for educational purposes only, how to approach a chart without much history. Well, my reflexive answer is don't. You better have a really good reason to want to trade it. So for educational purposes, I'm kind of giving you my 2 cents there. Well, let's see how much history we've got here. You're giving me a daily. This is QNT perpetual. All right, I got to see what's behind the box. Oh, I wouldn't even worry about it. How do you count this? I wouldn't waste my time with it, right? So because, not to be insensitive to your question, but we can look at that and just go, okay, broad strokes. What is it? 3. I think we can all agree on that. So it doesn't really matter, right? It's hitting the exchanges. Well, there's the classic, oh, it's going to the moon. Sorry. Oh, now it's going to the moon. Sorry. So you get a starting point here. I'm going to pop that up. I've got a good, clean starting point here after all whatever the fuck that was, right? It doesn't matter. Here's where we start. Now, your work is good in here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you didn't label it. Okay, so what are you thinking in terms of so there's an impulse there. Oh, do you have the? I think you have this too. That just drives me crazy. I can't. Okay, so you have it here too. If it works for you, it's just I don't like it, so that's why I'm taking that off. I'm not saying do it. If it works for you, keep it. Well, funny, this ABC looks a lot like this whole thing over here, so that's a pretty deep correction. Well, okay, if you're thinking this, so you do have a leading diag. Oh, do you? Yeah, you do. What are we on, a daily? Let's see if we can break that down a little bit. Oh, yeah, you get close enough, right? So it's not what you wanted, right? After this one, oh, impulse into a 2. Oh. Let's see if there's a workaround here. This is, we might be able to go log scale here. Oh, it's not much of an improvement. Okay, so this, I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, that's your starting point. Okay, so I'm going to pull that off here. And I'm only doing this just because so I can get into it. I'm used to my colors here. So this, I'm going to go, oh, what are we not using here? Let's go something bright. Okay, so I have a leading diag there. Well, that looks like an impulse, unfortunately. But that's not, fuck. Let's get in there. What do we got? It looks like you'd have to do it that way. It looks like you can pull that off. Okay, so here you got to do this, right? You got to go through it and say, okay, where it's sometimes it's a pain, but if you want to trade something, you got to put this effort in. You go, okay, well, fuck, all right, it's kind of a hassle, right? But if you've got the time for it, okay, I got an impulse right here. So that would make me think, okay, I've got some sort of a 3 here. I can work some, fuck, doesn't even matter, right? Something like this. I can get in there. An ABC, right? So, okay, ABC here, ABC here. Now, the qualifier, right? Do I get a 1, 2, right? As he's noted, right? Yes, so I do have, yes, so ABC, ABC, yeah, close enough. ABC, right? So this is what we've got. As he noted, right? He had this marked. I just, I kind of have to go through it so I understand it, right? So there's your leading diag, right? It's damn near perfect, right? 4, noticeably longer than 2, and 5 noticeably longer than 3 and 1. So you got a good start to it, but we're starting to fall apart a little bit here. Because what would this be? Now we haven't taken the absolute low here, so you're still potentially in a 1-2. So it would have to be 1-2. Boy, that's bullish as fuck, isn't it? 1-2, 1-2. Well, that's not like that's never happened before. It's a little out of order, but right, I'm assuming you guys appreciate how bullish that is. Let's get you off of there, right? So if this, let's finish the labeling here. If that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go up to something a little more appropriate. Okay, 1, 2. It's not a 3. All right, it's a 1. Or, well, fuck, I guess it could be a C. That could be ABC. Let's not go there yet, right? So there's a reason he likes it. So he's a bull. Okay, so let's look at the bull count. A, B, are we done here? That looks like a 3, so it looks like it wants one more down, right? Which would make sense. Okay, so we can look at it and say, okay, where's the liquidity? Right there. Come get it. There's more down here. That's the invalidation point. We sweep this, it can't be 1-2. So then, well, that kind of makes the decision for you. It would help you. God damn it, come here. So then you're stuck with ABC, right? If we sweep this low, oh, fuck, it's corrective. Well, welcome to trading, right? There's no certainty here. There's only probabilities and then money management and risk controls. Okay, if this is your exit, what do we have down here? What's untapped? Anything untapped here? It's not much. That hasn't been. This has been mitigated. This has been mitigated. This, well, let's see. You don't really have anything that hasn't been filled in. Where's the lonely section of the chart that needs a visit? This has all been rebalanced. Oh, maybe it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this looks like. Well, let's label it. 1, 2, 3. That's got to be the 4. 5 is my first thought. You got to put them somewhere. B. Here. Could be here. It's not. Oh, fuck. What am I on 4? It has to be 1, 2. Can't be 1, 2. So it has to be 3. You're kind of stuck with that. You're stuck with this here at this degree. Low triangle. There's a 5. Okay, let's take that up a degree. See if we can solve the puzzle here. Okay, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I've got a 1, I've got a 2, I've got a 3. Oh, bummer, right? So, all right, so I've already got overlap. So, okay, can I make a diag work there? No, can't, because that's a 5. That's a 5, right? So you can't just. So this is, well, okay. Remember we talked before. How do you identify the 4? Right? We're just going sideways. So this has to be, something had to finish here. All right. It's just, again, this is sausage making, as I've taken to. Right. I mean, it'd be one. We could come on here and have all of this done for you and just walk you through it. But I think it's more beneficial for the student or the trader looking to improve their TA skills to see that there's. I don't want it to look easy or to look like, oh, got it. Oh, 8, right. There's a process here that I know that's what you guys are struggling with, or it's not struggling is the wrong word. You're working on it. Well, okay. Well, here's behind the scenes, right? There's no easy like, oh, I see it immediately. No, there's a lot of could be. Oh, no, that doesn't work. So there's a lot of that in the process of setting up a trade. So something seems to have finished here, which is not good news to this trade. If something is finished here, let's see, you can't ignore the 5s, right? So these have got to be dealt with, right? Okay, so there's a 5, right? How do I account for that? What are my options here? I suppose I could go WX. Well, that actually may be better. So let's redo this. All right. So here, sausage. Underway. How are we going to do with that? right? So how do I deal with this, right? Because it's not finishing the way you would, oh, if it's right, I got another leg on it. So then, okay, well, if you're getting confused, okay. Now I see it. A, B, C, X. Let's get it all done. A, B. We're coming down here for C. I got 5 here I got to deal with. That's a pretty skimpy little B. Could we be done here? Doesn't look right. Right. Look at the ABC here compared to the second ABC. Looks like wants to come down here, but this is our invalidation point. So let's fatten that up. Oh shit. Here, right? So trade is completely falling apart. So then you're back to ABC. Oh fuck. What have I got here? 1, 2, going much lower. Well, the benefit of you've gone through all of that, right? So I'm assuming he's bullish. Right, he wants this to go higher. Right, most crypto, right? Not always, but usually crypto traders that are in, right? They want it to. Where are you going to make your millions, right? It's likely not on the short, although not that it hasn't been done, right? It's the longs. That's what we all want, right? That's why we love crypto, right? It's the potential for the moonshot. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. This is just ugly, right? So part of me comes to this and go, okay, I don't. Why are we forcing a trade here? Not that this is not a good one. Give me this, Dr. Albin. Not that it's a good one to look at, but not the prettiest looking chart setup, right? It's just had we done this, right? It's a different story, right? Oh, impulse. All right, but this is right there. You hear me say this a lot. We got I don't know how many 20,000 things to choose from between crypto, FX, equities, futures. So many things to trade from. You want to trade a jambalaya like that? I don't, unless I have to. Right now, if you're in this, I need to know where you're long from, or if you are even long. I don't know that you are. Here's your best case, right? That we come down here and we hold the low, and then you start to come back here. But this would be the thing I'd be watching, right? So this distance right here this is our invalidation to that low right here. Now I don't have this. This is not a no. It's see how it's been tapped, right? It's already been mitigated, right? So we're coming right to the edge of it. If we come back into it, I'd kind of be anticipating it would break, right? We'd come back down here, and this would be the next target, right? Because that's untouched, right? You see that? If I do it this way. All right, so this, right, unmitigated, right, hasn't been touched, right? So if we come back down here, maybe you get interested again. But even that, right, it's not, it would have to, shit, hang on. Excuse me, even, dude, my mic just made a weird sound. Something up here. Wait, oh shit, did I lose you guys? Something, why is my mic on red? Or, did I do something there? It's yellow. Why is it doing that? My sound okay, guys? That seems weird. I got a weird sound, weird color on my mic. Here, shit. Seems like I'm okay, but my mic is yellow, like something, like yellow lights are flashing. Something must be fucked up. All right, shit. I'm assuming you guys can hear me, right? Someone will tell me if you can't hear me. Hang on one sec. I can turn my fan on. Okay. So on this one, Dr. Alban, if you're in, okay. Right. If you're trading with leverage, I'd be very careful with my stops right here. So you can see the obvious target here would be to come get this. Let's see what happens there. If I were looking to get on the long side, I'd wait and see how we do down here. Maybe you get a push and then on the retrace, right? So you can see, right, let's push, at least get a change of character. Some of this consolidation here, that's going to be resistance. Well, you can just tee it up, right? You can see it. You're going to come back into this consolidation here. So if I were to draw, here, let's do it. If I'm going to draw a volume profile on this, right, you can kind of anticipate where the resistance is. Well, here's where all the size is, right? Now I don't have this yet, but if we're coming back here to this, you can see that would make sense. Now, can we do this and then get out of there with legs? Well, nobody knows, but if I'm long, I'd expect this to get swept, come down here, let's see if it holds, and then that's what you're after. That's one I would put on my very, very, very green banana list. Somebody tell me, sounds okay? Okay, for some reason my mic, all the lights that are usually green and red have gone yellow. I don't know what the fuck that's telling me. What is that telling me? So, well, but you guys can hear me, right? That's good. Okay, let me keep moving. I only have that like 3 or 4 more. Okay, is that Spitfire? Okay. Oh shit. I want this one. I want copy link. All right, Spitfire. Oh, is that what you gave me? Is that what you wanted? Oh, I think I brought this up because you were. Yeah, I did. I was curious what you were thinking, and then I must have. Oh shit. Thought I saved it. Okay, so I got to do that process again. I got to make a copy of it. Okay, yeah, I remember this. Okay, good one. So this is good work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Big leading big extension in the 5th, right? But that's a clean diag or a clean impulse. Right? I think when I first saw it, it was in. I think you sent it to me in logarithmic, because we're 20 from what are we from here? From $1 to 24, right? That's you got to look at that in log. Oh, I do this just to clean up real estate, not to diminish the value of analyzing volume. Okay, so here as we look at this, right, what are we doing there? So I would, just to get a better look at it, I would pull it out and try and zero in on that. You gave me the day, right? So I can try, logarithmic's a pain in the ass, right? You can't use your regret. I like to zero in so I don't have to use it. Now, I'm not if that works for you, I'm not a big advocate of trading crosses, but I'm not saying don't do it if it works for you. I don't think you need it, right? But it can be a guide, right? So here, it can be, here's a nice trade, right? And then here's the reversal, right? So I'm not saying not do it, right? This is pretty actually good. What did you give me? You gave me an 18 and a 55. Interesting combo. I would do a 21 and a 55 just because it's a fib number, right? Because I'm kind of fib silly, right? And wherever I can, I want to use a fib. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, W, X, right? That makes perfect sense. See? Let's see here. Yeah, A, B, C. You're stuck with that. Give me a second here. Colors I'm used to. Okay. All right, let's dig in here. That's not the best looking A. But let's just go with it here. So potentially, let's see here. Can we get that to be done? Just take a peek at the line chart here. Not a whole lot better. Well, it's kind of interesting here. None of that has been tapped. Oh, come here. Too much for a triangle, I'm thinking. All right, so looks like that we're trying to do well, okay, so if we look at this, what we're trying to do is a 2. Looking for that way down here, which is why I'm prone to taking it out of log scale. And I'm just, again, it's just colors I'm used to. All right, if I'm looking for a 2, how am I going to get there? No, I don't have to. It's not like the market's required here to get there. All right, so here's some. It's ripe, right? Has this been swept? Yeah, it looks like it has. No, it hasn't, right? So really, we're going to leave this? We might. time being. So again, when I can, I want to try and simplify. So what are we trying to do here? A 3. Right now, does that happen? I don't know, but that's kind of the implication, right? You could put, you could have a triple, upside down, reverse, whatever, right? But it's a 3 is what we're after, because there's no question we had a 5. So how do I get a 3 into this, right? How can I make this fly? Well, this all looks like it's impulsive, so that right off the bat, right? So I'm just pulling that off so we can see it. I'm always surprised by y'all's color choices, right? So WX, that'll fly. ABC, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need this. We need okay. We need this. Retrace, right? Anticipating that's not going to sweep that high, and you're going to come down, and you're going to head towards the zone where you'd anticipate it. So let's look in there real quick. 1, 2, what do we got there? Untouched. We can see what they did here. Right? Mr. Algo. Not quite. Well, you want to do that. It doesn't quite get you there. Well, so you're looking at that. You're going, okay, is that my 4? We're on a daily. Let's get to a 4-hour. You want that to be your 4, but this is the... Can't quite do it. Well, let's label it. Sometimes it's just getting them on the board. I don't want to do that. It could be an extension here. We'd have a diag, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Already looks like 3. So this is what you kind of want to do, but I'm not sure I can get there. Maybe I've got the extension here. That's ugly. A, B, C into the 2. Tiny 3. I doubt that works. Right? That doesn't look like. God damn it! Doesn't look like that's gonna fly. Oof, that's about as close as it can get. Would be valid, I think. All right, so it's diag, right? Clearly. I don't think that flies, right? I think we got to go up here. So you're kind of stuck with a shitty count there. Oh, I want to do it that way. I can't put it here. So you got to go with this. See, if I this is just me, right? See, if I have to struggle with something that much, I'll wait, because I don't have a clean impulse here. This kind of cock blocks it. I mean, going down even to a 30. Yeah, I see it, right? I see the 5 that finishes here. On the micro, looks like you've got a little. Okay, so there's a little impulse. So how do I work backwards with that? If this is so that would have to be part of the 3rd. It doesn't quite fly. Shit, I'm gonna have to do it up here. Can I even get that fucker? I don't think I can. Well, God, that's horrific. Here, perhaps. It ain't pretty. I got 3. Oh, Jesus, that's just a bitch. All right, this is, I don't want to get stuck here, so I will do what I tend to do so I don't bore you guys to death. I'll get with a couple of my Elliott wizards and see if we can come up with a count here. They almost always can get it. I don't see it, but it's hard to do it. You got 500 people are going to watch this. So let's wait. I'll post this under the chart as I did last week. There were a couple I couldn't get last week. I put them. They're ETH and can't remember what the other one was. We got them right. It just took a little more time. It's sometimes hard to do, under pressure. Under pressure. Okay, and plus it's just boring to watch me do that. Okay, so hang on. Oh, now my mic is back to green. Okay, whatever the problem was. Spitfire, that's brutal, right? Now you can we simplify this and go, oh fuck, right? Can I just do this and go, oh, I got a nice, right? That's what you want to do. Let's put the 5 here. I don't know. I have to check with some of my whiz kids. I see if they can give me a count here that works. Which, by the way, I reference this. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm stumped often. And I go to these guys and I'll say, what do you see here, right? And that's what the reason I pause to mention that is that's the value of the community. Put that in the Discord and say, all right, guys, I'm stuck here. Anybody see something? Senseis, of course, will look to give you a quick answer, but other members may give you an answer or something you hadn't thought about. Often I'll be like, oh, Jesus, it hadn't even occurred to me that could be an X. Right, I'm not this one, right? But that's the group, mind share that is the advantage of a community like ours. When you're trying to apply something specific like this. Tough one. All right, we'll get that one after we're done, so I don't bore you guys. Okay, hey, I got a Bitcoin here. So this is GZ 1968. Yeah, we know we love him. That's George. I think he gave this to me already. I pulled it up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so is this your copy? Yeah, it is. Okay, so let me get over here. One thing I like about George is that he thinks he thinks differently than I do, right? So I'm always surprised by what I see, and I go, oh, actually, that's not a bad thought. All right, so here's the impulse into the 1. So we're on a 2 hour. So let's get some context here. So this is the, right, we don't know this, right? But 1, 2 seems to be consensus, right? You can get here a couple of different ways, but the sideways correction here seems to be, most Elliotticians would agree with that. Well, now you've gone into this just what the fuck, right? So he just showed you, okay, potentially a 1, 2. Well, if it's 1, 2, right, there's no requirement that we come down this low. Let's see. I know he's going to have more stuff in other time frames. Hang on a second. 2 hour. So let's go back to his 2 hour. Okay, so corrective. So there is an AB. Ah, shit, George. These are too big. Let's go sub here. So this is tricky in here, this triangle. Maybe it's me. I always want these to be small so I can just work with them. All right, so that's a tricky triangle right there, but that's legit. Well, that's a good one for a belt test right there to see who can pull that one out. All right, terminus is okay is what he's saying here. So putting this in that location, right, keeps you clean here, and that we don't get that overlap. So coming out here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's creative. Into a 5. What else would you be thinking, right? This would have to be the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. Shallow. Are we in log? No. Shallow 4 into 5. Waterfall. Oh, okay. All right. So 3, 3, 5. Right. So there's your B. It can be helpful to draw these out so you don't get caught in all the what the. Okay, it's a 3. W. Right. So what do we got here? Well, that's the ETF. By the rumor, some are suggesting. Oh, more likely it's grayscale dumping. But it is by the rumor, sell the news. It's not like, oh, that poo-poo that. How are you arguing with that? By the rumor, sell the news. Why are you selling the news? Well, grayscale dumped a whole lot of Bitcoin. Okay, if this is a 2, we need something big here. Now, if it's going to be corrective, then this whole here's the map that he's. Oh, how do I do this here? this would be 2. Oh, sorry. I got this W here. So this, let's get that out of there. Okay. W, oh, Jesus, X, Y. Is that how we're doing this, George? If that's an X? Well, this would have to move over here, right? So this. Now, if it's an impulse, then we'd have to put the X over here. And we'd come back here, right? And that's that WXY. For the 2, oh, no, we wouldn't. We'd have to do it this way, right? So you'd have to do AB. Oh, fuck, how am I going to get that done? There's the W. X, A, B. Oh, what about that, George? If this is the X, where's your X? It seems like maybe we lost an X. WXY. Well, this is the amount of time of that W. Yeah, I see. I get you. Push this off for a second. Well, so again, when you can simplify, right, it'll just clear your mind. Okay, well, that's a 3. All right, so as he noted here, it's corrective. All right, so what are we doing here? This is a little more complex than let's focus on where we are right here. Are we in log? No, we're not. Okay, so let's take the swing high to the swing low. Here, let's just focus on the halfway. Okay, so we're right here, right? So we're about to come into the, since they say, right, into the premium discount, right? So what do we see if we dig in there? Okay, right. So core concept that you have to get. Don't take my word for it. Go through your charts and look for this. So what is the algo doing here? So it's swept liquidity here. So we have external liquidity. Now we're going right. This is internal, but per this range, this is now the current range. So if we're going up here, we'd be looking for this to be pulling internal, right? So if you use you could do it this way. Okay, so this was the external, right, of the range here. So we break the range if these are the lows. Now we're going internal. So that's what the algo likes to do. It'll go external, right? This would be well, depends on your degree, of course, right? So we're still internal from the low, but per that range that we were in, this is external. Now we're coming internal. Well, if we're internal, what's it looking for? Imbalances, right? Well, where's the imbalance? Right here. Right, so this would be the internal to then in turn go external, right? So we'd go WXY gives me a better location for a 2. If this is 1, 2, now that's a wacky doodle way to get there, but it's possible. Oh, that's what I got over here. This is what I'm looking at. This is just pure SMC. Let me go to a daily here. Oh, no, pardon me. I've got to replay on that. I thought that looked a little funny. Okay, right. So this is, Elliotticians are not going to agree on what we have here. We've got some sort of liquidity grab. Now we're retracing. So again, here's the low, here's the high. It's going for internal liquidity. Big imbalance, right, on the daily. So now we apply some Elliott to that. We apply some Elliott to this. Sure looks like a 3 as George lays it out. Oh, fuck. It wouldn't matter, right? Let's do it as he's got it. W, X, Y, perhaps. If this is 3. Now, if it goes further, right, well, then you're thinking flat. Well, then now we got to be up here in wick, right? So we got to get it, 88, 80, 90, right? Ideally 90. But if we're going to do this, we might be able to. No, I don't think you can. I think you're stuck with a 3 there. Elliott aside, all right? Let's put that aside for a second. Internal. Here it is. What else would be there? All right, so we got the 50 in a fair value gap, right? That doesn't mean we're going to stop there, right? We come up here to the golden zone here because here's the last time. No, you could call that an order block. Probably call this a rejection block up here, right? A big fat rejection up here. Now it's not rejection until we got to get up here and see, does it reject? But that's all wick, right? You can see the rejection there. So if we break here, likely coming up here to test this. And why? Why would you be thinking that? Well, right after the high here, money had to be committed here, right? Sellers had to be aggressive to break all of this, all the liquidity here. Where do we come right back here to a fair value gap? It's to a series of them. Now we're back, right? This was external, internal, external, right? That's just see how that fits in, right? This is the whole premise of this course I'm working on, right? See how Elliott fits in with the market structure. Oh, where's shit? Now I lost your. Is this you? Yeah, this is you. Right, so the only thing I see here that is really got my attention is that fair value gap, right? It's imbalance. Well, how do we deal with it? How does the algo deal with it? Well, it's drawn to it, right? It's either balancing something or seeking liquidity, right? Now here can do both. Internal, external, internal, external. I think it's a little bit of hurry up and wait with Bitcoin, right? People are getting a little bit excited here. Oh, worst is over. Not so fast. I think the best, well, I make jest here, right? There are people that track Cramer, right? On what God, the one I just saw recently of when he said, "That's it. I was wrong about Facebook. Everybody out," and then it's like 300% higher since then. Cramer is giving it all, red flags. Everybody get out of Bitcoin. Pretty bullish signal, because he's almost always wrong about crypto. Okay, so I'm not saying he's not a brilliant, very successful, very rich guy. I'm just saying he doesn't have a feel for crypto. Okay, so let me keep moving. Quim, I am late. Quim, you're not that late. Oh, shit, where am I? Here, let's do it right here. Quim is giving me, the NQ. NQ is getting hammered at the moment. Oh, Fed. Right, so of course, right, not a great day to be trading the NQ. Well, if it's down at first, I'd expect it to be up shortly. Much like crude inventories, almost always goes the other direction. Okay, so here's the NQ on a 15-minute. Now it's the news is out. God, now I'm looking at a 1 minute over my shoulder. It's pretty gnarly. But look what he's teed up here. So Quim, this is great work, right? So he's got, this is nice, right? So he's applying some SMC here. So it looks like he's got, looks like our midpoint. Looks to me, Quim, I'm not sure. Right? So it looks like you're playing with mitigation blocks here, right? Like these are the downs right before we go up. Right, you could make a case that may be like a partial. Maybe you got a partial there. Bring it here, right? So this is untouched. This is untouched. This is untouched. So as we come back down here, lots of pockets. And I wonder what you're thinking here. Thinking there, is that your 50%? Let's just see. We are not in log. What? Yeah, that's what you're doing. So this must be 30, 50 or something like that, or maybe that's your golden zone, or your 38, 50. Let's just see. Yeah, it looks like that's what that is. Yeah, I can look at it, right? Here's 38, 50, 618. That's one of the ways that first time I heard golden zone, that's how it was described to me. The golden zone is between the 38 and the 618. 38, 618. Right? I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I kept noticing it breaking the 618. I said, what if we TA, right? Nobody likes to call it, as I've told you guys. I see golden pocket. Really? Golden pocket. Sounds a lot like a golden pocket. Okay, so coming back down here, we've got these unmitigated zones. So he's done some day trading, or he's aware of how the algos will play here. So these are mitigation blocks, right? Now they haven't been tapped yet, so right now it's just a squiggle on the chart, but they potentially are areas of support. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, yeah, I think you're stuck with that. So let's measure it. 1, if this is the 1 and that's the 2. All right, that'll fly. Second most common, right? Here's most common. That's second most common. 127, 138, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The channeling is not great, right? You can't do a channel like this. So once we get the 3, now so this is worth doing. Once you break the 1, 2 channel, then you draw the 1, 3 channel, right? So this is the channel we end up with right here. Right? So it's a wide channel, broken now. Now that's not a sell signal, to be clear. looks like a true double there. Maybe a little. I mean, of all the markets, right? I mean, there are a few that are just, they will ass rape you at every chance, right? And NQ, gold, crude, right? Pivots, do not trade near pivots. They will bend you over as they did here. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Okay, sound should be back. No sound. Sorry. I just noticed that I tapped the thing. I have to cough so many times, right? So you guys have half the time you may not even know it. Okay. Oh man, this is interesting. Okay, Nifty. All right. Well, if my first question is, okay, all right, resistance becomes support. Looks like I could do a 5 here. Why are we thinking? Maybe a shitty start. Why? Well, that's bold there, Mojaka. My first thought looking at that would not be that it's corrective. Why are you thinking that? So here, let me do this. Let me split it, and I'll give you an alternate. If someone brought this up, let's take everything off of that. Okay, so this comes up, and someone says, "Okay, what are your thoughts on this?" Would your first thought would be corrective? I think perhaps not. Right, that's correct. That's corrective. Why we're making higher highs, higher lows? What? Not sure what your thinking would be there. Are we in log? Yeah, we have to be in log. Oh, maybe. Let's see. 7,000 to 2,000. That's 3 times the range. I might. All right. Well, so first question, right? Always, right? So where's Al? There's Al. How was he here? Think the algo's in here? Of course, right? We don't have to ask. And again, just things you can spot, right? Likely a 4 at some degree, right? We stall, and then we push. I don't think you have to do that as some sort of expanded B, but if we push up, what do we do here, right? Not to the 50 again. Boy, it's a mighty shallow too, isn't it? All right, we can agree on that. Maybe that's why you're thinking. Well, even okay. Let's go to the extreme, right? If you're thinking corrective, right? There's a limit to how far they can go before you got to give that up. Well, it's 200% to the tick, so you're not quite there yet. So I'm assuming you guys see what I just did there, right? This is just taking this range and then projecting up. Well, there's 200% of it. I still would not be thinking that that's corrective myself, but we can certainly agree that it's trending, right? So okay, let's just keep it rudimentary, right? So what do we have here? Just rudimentary market structure. Not to, God knows you can 10 million videos talk about this on YouTube. Okay, I got a break of structure. What do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace. It looks like we come right back to a little. I'll call it demand, right? Some people are like, oh, fuck order blocks. Okay, demand. What happens? Oh, do we actually break that low? We don't, right? So you have, this is a pretty good order block here, actually. We can refine that all the way down to the nub. Well, there's the block, right? So how do we know this is actually, I'd have to push that out. I'd have to do it here. So requirement for an order block is it has to sweep the liquidity, right? So here's the sweep of the liquidity, and then we get some displacement, although it's always a little harder with stocks on days. So you'd have to do it here because this is an inside candle, right? So you can't, that's not an order block. Inside bar can never be an order block, right? So there's the, well, you'd have to do one. You could do, yeah, you could put it here, right? Because that sweeps the liquidity there. But I'd be inclined to put it there myself, right? So here, okay, what's the big deal? Okay, we come back to supply. What's the rationale here? Well, this coming down here, so money had to be committed to get that break of structure, right? So this is a protected low. That's the theory, right? Now that doesn't mean it can't break, but the theory is money had to be committed here to break that and break that. Now we come down, change your character, break of structure. Change your character. Well, shit, we got multiples, right? But so as we start to come back, okay, where's the big one? Well, okay, this isn't hard to do. Again, which is why I'm challenging your premise. Oh, come here. your premise that this is corrective. Okay, well, there's the break of structure. All right, so we got, all right, so let's pull it back here. So we got break of structure, retrace. Break of structure, retrace, right? It's coming right back down. Prior resistance. Resistance becomes support, right? Again, it's not trading 101, right? You don't have to be a master technician to follow that. Well, we got another one here. So this would be change of character here. And then we'll put this into, see if we can apply a little bit of, that's change of character. Like, oh, correction. Oh, shit. Well, actually, you had two of them here, but you know, I won't do every little swing. Back to break of structure. All right, boss up. Okay, so boss break, boss. Right now, you're looking for a retracement. So here, it's just standard. Right, so where do we want to be a buyer? Right, again, this is not complicated stuff. It's just not, right? It's with the people like, oh, SMC, or, I don't know, right? It's pretty fucking rudimentary. Okay, so if we're coming down here, okay, what are we waiting for? Here's the break of structure. We're waiting for the retrace. Now, some people go, oh fuck, man, that thing's gonna fly. I gotta get in, right? That's what retail does. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. That's not the way you trade, buddy. You got to wait, right? If you can't wait, go to another market, right? You got to wait for this. Or you'll do what retail does. Oh, fuck, I can't wait. I'm just buying it. How does that work for most retail traders? Not very well, right? It's just, I'm not shitting on any retail trader. We're all retail traders, but the statistics say 90% lose money. So if they're doing this, let's do the opposite of that. Here's 50. We put a golden zone on here. So again, I go, oh my God, I'm going backwards on that one. Why? Oh shit, wrong one. Right, here's what, oh, well, I could get all of, right? So if I can get 3 down there, oh, okay. So it's not a process of layering. What else can I layer on this? Well, we got any median lines that are in play? What do you think? Algos love median lines, right? That's why I first got onto it, right? Okay, so boom, boom. You think that's coincidence? I mean, if you do, okay, it's all right. It's not, but if you think that, okay, just keep testing, keep looking at it, right? You see it enough times, you're going to go, okay, well, apparently that's not coincidence. I mean, I knew it was there before I even drew it, right? But do you see how it's to the tick? Outside parallel. To the tick. It's not like, oh, in the general vicinity. Oh, it's pretty close. No, those. So when we were right here, okay, let's put this together as a teachable moment. Okay, it's technically not a golden. You're in between, right? So it's just a corner pocket. But, okay, now look at the target. Boom. Essentially in a straight line. That's not retail doing that. Correction. Straight line. So why would you assume, again, we got to make some assumptions, right? So if we come down here in a 3, why would you assume we're doing this? No, I'm just saying we won't do that. Fuck if I don't know jack shit about the fundamentals of the Nifty. I don't need to. I would trade that. And see, you trade them. This is a lesson learned from David Halsey, right? Who teaches and preaches this, who was the first one who published this, identified this algo and then wrote about it. You trade them until they fail because that's what the algorithm is going to do. It's going to it'll keep doing these and doing it until one of them will fail. And then it doesn't mean they don't flip to short here. They'll just wait for the next setup, right? They don't give a fuck. They don't care if it's long or short. They do not care. Why do I say that? Because look how many they have already gotten here. They make so much money when they're right. They can be wrong often, right? But when they get a run like this, Jesus, looks like you got more of them here. Looks like that. If I'm on that, I might have a wick go through. Oh, let's try that one. That's got to go back one. Little wiki here. Remember, it's got to be a close below, right? That's right on the edge there. It looks like that's just this structure, right? Prior resistance, support, testing, support. The one thing I wouldn't, after looking at that, conclude is, well, that's corrective. Pretty much that's the last thing I would think. I mean, I wouldn't even think it. I don't mean to be disrespectful to your analysis in any way. It's just going through that process. Corrective? Hell no. That's corrective. That's corrective. That's corrective. But remember, we need a sequence. Right? It has to be logical for our simple little minds to get our heads around. Okay, we can all follow this, right? Okay, so this becomes the protected low, right? Because why? Well, why? Right? Because money had to be committed, right? Well, so it's twofold, right? So first, when you get a pivot, come here. Money has to be committed. Why are we stopping here? It doesn't matter. Money was committed to drive that down. Oh, well, if we're not going to keep going, well, then what happened here? Well, somebody said, well, the pricing is good enough for here. I like it. So money gets committed to break that high. Oh, swing, retrace, swing. Right now, this could go a long fucking way, right? And this is oh my God, I'm missing it, right? That's what happens to retail, and they finally go, I can't take it, man. I'm missing too much. It's too much opportunity cost. I got to buy it. What? Well, I fucking retrace. Because it hasn't happened yet, right? And that's how it works, right? It has to come here, right? Money will say, okay, it's far enough, right? Oh, there'll be something here on the left. Maybe there's a point of interest here. You're coming into something from up above here, and maybe there's a fair value gap or an imbalance here, right? Then, okay, shit, okay, something happened here because what can we conclude? Oh, well, some big money had to be committed here to break two strong lows. That's big money. That's institution. That's BIFs, right? Banks, institutions, funds, right? That's what I like to call them. But if it keeps going, you can't chase, right? You can never chase the market. It's a guaranteed way to get yourself just in serious trouble. You have to let it go. Eventually, there'll be a retrace, right? This is the cornerstone of SMC, right? It's not the order blocks. The order blocks are just a point of confirmation. But when people are first exposed to SMC, oh shit, okay, I see how this works. And they don't, right? It takes a lot of practice to really understand it and a lot of nuance to get it. It's not as simple as there are 5,000 people on YouTube that want to sell you their mentorship, right? To teach you ICT. If the first thing they teach you isn't about the break of structure, run. That has to be wait. What were you telling me before, that Elliott Wave was the OG of market structure? Yeah. Every time you label, that's structure mapping. Right? Well, that SMC stuff makes sense, right? That's how the big boys do it. Yeah, but the Elliott Wave is how humans react to the market, right? Emotionally, fear. Greed. That's all it is. That's all it ever has been. And what do the algos do, right? The algos they leave footprints, right? Like this. They leave these footprints. And we go, well, fuck, I don't know why it's going higher, but I know what's driving it. There's an algorithm fired right there. There's an algorithm fired there, fired there, fired there. I don't care why it's going higher. I just know it is going higher. So if there's a break of structure, I'm just going to wait for the retrace. Well, if I get a retrace here, into the 4. Oh, I don't want it to take that out because potentially what I have here. Oh, now, something's changed here. Change of character, right? Which comes from Wyckoff. ICT just borrowed it, right? And we all borrow from, I borrow from pretty much everyone. Everything I teach was taught to me. And so I'm borrowing from everyone, all of my mentors, right? So I've tweaked, added a few little things that were my own observations, but pretty much everything I teach was taught to me, right? And pretty much everyone on it's teaching, with their mentorship, right? They're teaching what they learned from ICT or derivatives of ICT, and he's not the only guy. He didn't invent it; he popularized it. God, did he popularize it, right? I mean, I showed this. It's in the course here. Of Elliott Wave compared to ICT trading, it's like 400 to 1. number of pages, number of websites, right? The level of interest, right? So, but the thing to remember, oh, fuck that SMC stuff looks interesting. Well, if the whole market, right, if all of retail has switched over to SMC trading, guess what? Right? Algos will adapt, right? Because they're always going to fuck retail. So there will be an adjustment, just enough. Right. And by the way, most SMC traders lose money, just like most Elliott Wave traders lose money, most Fib traders, most indicator traders, most lose money. Not because the TA doesn't work. It's not effective. It's because their money management is sloppy. They don't have the discipline, right? They won't wait. They'll chase. They'll move a stop. All of the reasons that you all lose money. I include me in that process. I've just been doing this long enough. I don't make as many mistakes as I used to make. You know, it can look easy, right? That's what everybody online wants you to think. Oh, look how fucking easy. I get emails daily. I can't believe these people can sleep at night. Make $5,000 a month. Quit your job. Easy money. Well, now it's all, let the AI do it. It's just easy money. You could quit your job tomorrow. Come on. I'd like to think none of you are that naive. Yet the emails fly in left and right. It's unfucking believable to me these people can sleep at night. They're just raping the... It's not that they're dumb. It's just that they're inexperienced. They're naive. They're raping the naive, right? How do they sleep at night? Well, apparently they sleep in 5,000 thread Egyptian sheets because they're making so much money, stealing from the public. The public wants to believe there's a secret, right? Do a Google search on or a YouTube search on secret to trading. You'll find 20 million sites will come up. Everybody's selling a secret. The only secret is the only thing that matters is how you manage the risk. That's the only secret you need to know, which is not really a secret. But it's what people don't want to talk about. They want to talk about the puzzle. Oh, look, there's a order block here, and oh shit, that looks like a diag, and I got an upside down, whatever. The only secret that you need to stay focused at all times is what is the risk? How much could I lose? Not, oh shit, look how much I can make here. Oh, well, slow down, buddy. How much are you going to lose? What's the risk? Right, 1-2%. Can you trade that much? Right, that takes patience because what does the average person come into the market thinking? Oh fuck, I want this now. I want this money now. Patience, fuck patience. Let's go hard, man. Let's go for it. Now, every now and then, right? Somebody buys Shiba Inu or something like some meme coin will go 430,000% higher because it was 1/100th of a penny. Yes, that happens, and that's what brings in the new sheep to be sheared. That's why you read those success stories. That's why they're in my feed left and right. Oh, trader made 430,000% trading Shiba Inu. Oh God, the floodgates open of naive traders coming in. Well, let's see. I better figure out how to do this. Well, let me jump on YouTube. Not a lot of. I'm as direct as I can be. I can tell you two things. One, I've lost a shitload of money trading over the years, but those were the lessons. Those are the lessons learned, right? You do this long enough, you start to go, okay, I've done that 14 times. I'm not going to do it again. Like trade a breakout. The only reason I'm so adamant about advising you not to trade breakouts is because I've traded a shitload of breakouts. It's not the right way to approach the market. Wait for it's just duh. Well, okay, what if you own a business? What is your objective? To buy your inventory as high as possible and sell it as low as possible? Is that the objective? No, it's the exact opposite. I want to buy low and sell high, or I want to sell high and buy low. What is the right? If you're buying this, what are you doing? You can't sell. You can't buy it any higher. You can't do it. You can't be any worse. That's why I always say this is the worst possible place to enter the market. I've been saying that for 5 years. Does anybody stop doing it? I'd like to think I've influenced a few people, but there are going to be plenty that do it. Plenty, right? The algos wouldn't rape them if they didn't keep doing it. Right now, it just takes one to get away, and they'll keep doing it. All right, so that's why when I see a breakout go, I'm like, oh good. Like, well, here's one, but it was break, but retrace, right? Where was the trade? On the retrace. Where was the trade here? On the retrace. Oh, Jesus, I bet you that's a That's too good. That'll be something. Oh fuck! I swear to God, I did not know that. I did not do that. I've never looked at the NIFTY. I don't look at the NIFTY. Why would I ever look at the NIFTY? But look. You think that's coincidence? That the free fall of COVID takes us right to the golden zone? Is that, you can't possibly think that, right? I know you don't. Look where we are. So I come back to corrective. Oh, buddy. Well, Chaka, you know better than that. I've seen your work, right? You're not new here. No, not corrective. Oh, pardon me. For all I know, right, that this thing falls through the floor. I'm saying the odds are that maybe it does that, but in terms of how you would approach it, right, you're not going to stay long through all of that. So if you want to go short up here because you think this is corrective, okay, well, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying do it intelligently. Don't do it, do it cautiously. If I was going to short this, shit, I'd go down to something smaller. It's wiki. I like to see them hold it, right? But if a wick's going to get through, I assume that's likely the liquidity grab right here, right? They didn't get this, and then you got the nature of equities, right? You've got a daily gap there, right? So we come there. That sure looks like a 3, but that could turn into. You can see it, right? So it's already overlapped. So not going to turn into an impulse. Maybe a diag, but it doesn't look like a diag. It doesn't look like a series of 3s. I mean, I'm coming down to. Oh shit! I shouldn't talk so fast. You'd have to go 1, 2, 3 because that's just a straight line, right? There's not a 3 in that. Well, there's a 3 here. But there's not one here. So let's see. We could do it. Let's see. Maybe we could do it this way. 1, 2. This would have to be A, B, C, 3. You'd have to break the golden 4, 5, and you'd have to do it in a series of 3s. Okay, maybe, right? But that's a whole lot of maybe. That's a whole lot of, well, okay, maybe it'll do that. Well, okay, first thing, let's be sure we get this. If this is going to be an A, B, C to give me a 3, well then what has to happen if that's going to be a diag? I'm assuming we all know this, right? It has to come all the way back down to sweep the 1. That, and you're a bull, right? Are you gonna sell it? Because that's what it would have to do if that's going to trade as a diag. 1, 2, A, B, C into the 3. I got to come all the way back down and sweep this, and now I'm going to go. Not what I would think. Is if the correction's done, okay, maybe, right? Well, we could just, oh fuck, that's not great either, but just. Maybe you do this right here, and we're coming here. So if you were just dying to sell it, which at least if you're selling it there, the risk is controlled, right? I wouldn't take it up. I mean, that's an obvious target. Sometimes when you're so close to a pivot, right? Pretty obvious target. Maybe you give that a little bit of room. But if they break this, then they'll look to fill the gap, right? So it's just not a great trade. So I would keep it tight, right? That's the most I'd risk on that. If I insist on taking a short there, okay, I'm not risking much. Maybe you get the turn, right? But that's what you're trying to do is pick the turn. I don't like trying to pick the turn. Why do I say that? Because I've tried to pick the turn for, I've been doing this almost 30 years. 15 of those years, I was just always, I can nail that. I can get that turn. There's never any reason to do that. And I've learned that the hard way. You don't need to pick the turn. Let that thing start. Pivot. Oh, okay. Well, okay, wait a second. What has to happen first? First, we got to get a change of character. And remember, a change of character is a break of structure, right? Don't get so caught up in the, oh, fuck, is that change of character? Or is that a break of structure? A change of character is a break of structure, right? Something has changed. Higher high, higher low, higher. Something changed. Well, shit, I wouldn't take that trade. Right? There's just better stuff to trade. Right? Well, I shouldn't say it that way. There are better setups across the 20,000 assets we get to pick from. Okay, I think I got everybody there. Shit, maybe we'll finish early. Oh, 1:30. I'm right on time. Okay, let's wrap it there. All right, that's good. I got. Finishing this course has been really challenging. Hard for me to do it during the week. It's just to really put a course together. Whew, man, does it take a long time? They do it, edit it. My stuff gets re-edited. I've got my team helping me to edit, fix stuff that's not great on. So there's a few spots, right? Because I use PowerPoint where you can't see the mouse. These guys are going through and editing for me, putting the test questions together. The brown belt, I think, is the best product we've ever put out. I do. I'm proud of it. But god damn, it's taken a long time. Okay, guys, that's all I got. Here's what I can tell you: market likely to be higher. Still, they've gone down. Well, look at the. Do I have it up here? Well, we could do it on the NQ. Oh, where'd you go? Let's do that. Let's just do the same before I go here. Let's look at what's happening in the indexes. NQ being the most volatile. We'll go back to who gave me this? Spitfire? Spitfire? Or no, it's Quim. Okay, so here, look. All right, here's the market reacting. Oh, I gotta have candles. Fuck the longs. Fuck the shorts. Is there some Elliott count there? No. What? Okay, let's just look at it. What do we see? Come here. What do we see here? All this imbalance, right? Imbalance. What happens on the retrace? We fill in all that imbalance. Now we come back down here. We got any imbalances there? No. You see how that's getting rebalanced along the way? I don't have a. No. Let's put it on there. This just makes it easier for you. It's an efficiency tool, so you don't miss one. Nephew Sam, that's a good one. No relation. I jest. Okay, I got one here. Right? So look, up to the imbalance, filled it. Yeah, we got some wicks through. That's just wick. That's in this level of volatility down to the imbalance, up to the imbalance. Right. So this is wick here. I think with this one, we have to have a close to kill it, take it off the board, so the wicks won't take it off. Filled. There isn't one here. There's one here. There's one here. That's a 15-minute. Looks to me like this might be. There's Al right there. Right. This is one you see very commonly if you start watching this algo. Right. The one that takes the 3 and then comes back. Why? Because often there'll be an order block or an imbalance here, as you see right here. It'll often be right here. And often you'll find that'll be the POC. So if the first one breaks, so you can see clearly this one broke, right? So if this one breaks, right, clearly, right? But don't miss the ABC coming back, right? That's my favorite one. Not the first one, it's this one. So here, let me do this to show you. All right, look, we're POC, right? So this is, try this out a little bit. See, all I did here was change it to 35 from 70. Just tightens it. So where are you anticipating the reaction, right? You got it. Come down here. All right, we get a little air pocket. Where's the air pocket, right? See, I know after the fact, right? Air pocket right there. Now, can we break that? We break that, market's going higher. Right, so all of this, what are they doing down here? They're grabbing liquidity. If they want to take it higher, remember, if they're buying it, someone has to sell it to them. A stop is a sell. Right, so what did they do down here? They swept all of the longs out here that are dumb enough to be trading during. It's a bad day to be trading. Now, here we go. Right, we see a pop right here. This is a 15-minute. We're going to pop the golden zone right now. Boom. All right, so all of this was just grabbing liquidity so it can go higher. Because the market always wants to go higher. Always, 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 always. It's like trying to keep an inflatable ball underwater. You can't do it. Eventually, it's going to float to the surface, right? And that's how the stock market has been always, right? Look at a lifetime chart of the market, right? One direction. Bumps along the way, obviously. But market wants to go higher. So all of this was just to collect as many shorts as they could all down here so they could take it higher, right? They got to have someone to buy from. Algo-centric. Okay, guys, that's all I got. The market's already coming back. They're over VWAP. They're heading to a high. That'll be. I'm looking at the S&P because that's what I trade mostly. Up we go. Okay, guys. Hope you guys get something out of these. A lot of people viewing these, right? So must be some people are finding value in it because I see. I think we had 1,000 views on the last live stream. I don't know if this one's any good. They're all about the same, right? Because I approach the market the same way every time. So hopefully that's the value you get here, and then working through that process, right? I'm not here to show you, oh, look how perfect this is, right? I'll show you the behind the scenes, the sausage making, as they say. Okay, guys, have a good one. What is today? I'm back on